I'm Professor Eric Foner of the History Department, and I'm happy to welcome you to the Columbia University and Slavery website. This website displays the information that has been gathered by students, faculty, and staff about this institution's historic connections to slavery and to anti-slavery movements. Columbia was founded in 1754 as King's College, and in the early days had a very close connection to slavery. Most of the early presidents owned slaves, generally domestic workers in their homes. Most of the trustees were merchants who were involved in the West India trade, that is, dealing with the products produced by slaves, sugar and others. Some of them were involved in the African slave trade and bought and sold slaves. And most of the money from donors and others that came to the university had its origin in many ways in the institution of slavery. After the American Revolution, King's changed its name to Columbia, and Columbians became involved in anti-slavery movements in one way or another. Many Columbians were involved in the New York Manumission Society, which was established in the 1780s and helped to bring about the abolition of slavery in New York. In the early 19th century, quite a few Columbians were involved in the Colonization Society, which hoped to get a gradual emancipation of slavery, but also was devoted to sending most of the black population of the United States to Africa. During the Civil War, Columbians were involved in the Loyal Publication Society, the Union League, devoted to emancipation and the preservation of the Union. At the College of Physicians and Surgeons, which became to be connected with Columbia as its medical school, racial science was taught in the 19th century, as it was in every medical school, based on the idea that blacks were, for some reason, inferior to whites on the basis of scientific investigation. So the history of this university and slavery and race is checkered. It has pros and cons, and we are trying to investigate this on all fronts. The project was initiated by President Lee Bollinger in 2015. As I said, it has involved students, faculty, and staff, and it is an ongoing project. As information is developed, we will add it into the website. We hope this website will be of value to people interested in the history of Columbia, to people at other universities studying their own connections to slavery, and to anybody, actually, who wants to understand the long history of slavery in the United States and its relationship to important institutions here, like Columbia.